to the LoveChat Podcast. Yes, a little different. So we are back again to discuss our love of all things like
love of sunlight,
love of a virtual cocktail party,
love of a good conversation,
and love of a nice outside deck. Mm-hmm. But before we get into all of that, as you can see, we're coming to you live and in color because, yes, we're on YouTube. So for those that are listening on the podcast, make sure you come and listen to us, watch us on our YouTube. But, you know, before we get into all of that, we do have my very favorite part of the podcast. And ladies, you know what that is?
Cocktail of the week. Look, y'all gonna get this how you gonna get this.
You're gonna get it how you getting it. We're doing the corona distancing like everybody else.
Right.
Nikki?
Right.
So we're gonna do something a little different since we're social distancing and we're recording remotely. But we're still gonna do our cocktail of the week, but each of us is gonna tell what cocktail we're drinking. It could be alcoholic or non-alcoholic, you know, but we still want to drink responsibly. And
stay in your own homes.
Yes, and we're still post, you know.
Don't go visiting nobody. Stay home.
We're still going to post them to our social media platforms. So hopefully you're going to enjoy a cocktail or two along with us. So ladies, we'll start with Jelani. What are you drinking on?
So in November, I went to Chateau Lawn to the Vineyard Fest, and there was a vendor there called A Better Cocktail. And he had this Thai. Marcia, what is happening?
I'm sorry. Something's flying. I gotta get used to this camera in my face. But go ahead, sorry.
He had this Thai mix. It was in a mason jar. And so you mix it with coconut rum, which is my fave. And so I have that in my Starbucks cup this evening with a little ice on chill.
Coconut rum and what?
It's a mix. It's got like a little bit of ginger, which I know Kamiko loves. But it's called Thai. It's called Thai something. I'll have to make sure we put it up, but it's excellent. I need another jar. So A Better Cocktail. If you're listening, I'll be sure to tag you. Please send your girl a jar. Contact-free delivery. Thanks.
We gotta try that.
I'll take one. You know I love ginger.
Mm-hmm. But you hate coconut rum.
That is true. I'll just add regular.
Or you can add tequila. You can add tequila. The recipe said so.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Okay. Sounds yummy.
Kamiko, what you drinking?
Look, y'all, we've been talking so long already before we even get started recording that my whipped cream is gone. But and all my pretty decorations are gone. Can you see it? There it is.
Okay, there it is. And that looks like a butterbeer.
I know, right? Shout out to Harry Potter lovers. This is a turtle coffee cocktail. It has coffee, Bailey's, milk or heavy cream, caramel and chocolate sauce, an optional, which I took, shot of bourbon, and whipped cream, pecan, or chocolate topping. So, and if you want to make it more of a dessert, you can put vanilla ice cream in it.
More of a dessert? That sounds like a dessert to me.
That's rich.
Oh, that sounds.
Look, but it's very, very good. And
it sounds divine.
I need coffee all the time because.
All right, see, now I'm feeling like I want to taste the drinks that y'all have, like we normally do on the podcast. So we're gonna need a do-over.
I really need to taste Jelani's because you know I'm all about ginger. That sounds amazing, good. Even with the coconut rum.
It's good.
Oh my God, Nikki, what are you drinking over there?
I am drinking spiked hot chocolate.
Yeah.
She loves hot chocolate.
I love hot chocolate. I can't drink coffee like y'all at night. So you just use hot chocolate mix, whatever hot chocolate mix you want to. I use half and half and whatever bourbon or whiskey you want. And I just chose bourbon. And so you do a shot. You know, I just do one.
You put a shot, Nikki.
I did a shot.
All right, Nikki. Shot.
You know.
All right, shout out to the merch. Shout out to Shia.
Well, Shia.
I was about to say, Marcia, what you drinking on?
I too am drinking a coffee drink. Yes. Looking a little butterbeerish. And this is actually a throwback. We've done this on the podcast once before. I Kimiko did it. So it's an Irish coffee. Irish. How do the Irish talk?
Irish coffee.
Trying to get my Irish accent. Look, since Coronageddon,
is that what you were doing?
Right. I was like,
you know how
did she not say Irish? But you were trying to do an accent.
I was trying to do the. Whatever.
And I tried.
In my Irish coffee, I have a little coffee, but I saw this recipe where you use brown sugar. So I use brown sugar to sweeten it. Okay. And a little shot of bourbon too, Nikki. Got a little whiskey up in there. And Baileys. I love Baileys. So probably more Baileys than anything is in this cup. And then a little whipped cream.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Clink, 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 clink.
Clink, clink.
Cheers.
This coffee is probably going to have me up half the night. Because we are recording at night. And, so it's good though.
All right, y'all.
Not like we have anywhere to go tomorrow, so.
Our new normal/abnormal social distancing. So, ladies, we always want to talk about what we're crushing on this week. So, Jelani, what are you crushing on this week?
my crush this week is flexibility.
Wait, what kind of flexibility you got?
Why is she so nasty?
LoveChat After Dark.
What's happening?
You said flexibility.
Do you not see my halo over here?
I don't see that halo.
Whoa.
Everybody made the same face.
Anyway.
Get my drink out.
Flexibility in that, with everything going on with Corona, that people have really had to find some new creative and innovative ways to do things, still bring in revenue streams. And I just found it all to be really refreshing in the midst of everything that's going on, right? So we're still able to conduct work, whether you want to do it or not, but conduct work for the most part.
Right.
But she and I have been doing some things I think we're going to talk about a little bit later with these virtual classes we've been taking, and people have been hosting parties and things like that online. And I just think that our ability to be flexible in this time has really been really refreshing to me, and I'm really grateful for it. So that's what I'm crushing on right now. There's nothing that anybody can't tell me right now we can't figure out a way to get done. It's okay, we got all these tools at our disposal. Let's just pick one and make it happen.
Right.
Well, make me a millionaire.
Amen.
I want to be a millionaire so freaking bad.
We did not leave these songs out, did we?
I think she's going to have at least 5 in this episode.
Yeah, because she's been missing her song.
I missed Halo. I know. I was going to get it.
Missed opportunity.
And when we said,
I was thinking it.
I was about to sing "Cheers to You" by Player.
Oh, look! I'm already saying shots.
Yeah, you sure did.
It's gonna be my sign when y'all start acting up. Halo.
I'm gonna put them devil horns in it.
Wow.
So, what am I crushing on, Kimiko? I am crushing on. I'm crushing on the IG.
That's what Coronageddon does to you.
I am crushing on IG entertainment, i.e. the music battles, the DJ. Shout out to 404 Day. Shout out to Jermaine Dupri for Atlanta Day. That was so much fun.
So much
fun. And Mr. Collie Park. Shout out to him because all this, y'all know, I love Atlanta. I'm born and bred, all that. And so it's been super fun being in these rooms. And the chat has been so much fun with all my friends. Look, from elementary, middle, high school, undergrad, all that.
Not to mention, not only your friends, but D Nice, who got the first lady up in it. Our first lady.
I took a picture of me and the first lady, made a comment back to back. I was like, I'm taking a picture of this. This is about the closest I'm going to get to her anytime soon. But it's fun being in there with celebrities, being there with your friends.
Yes.
It's just, one thing I think that this stay-at-home order has done is just kind of level the playing field. We kind of all in the same boat, for lack of a better term. Now, I saw a meme that said something like, now, your boat might be at peace. Somebody else's boat might be in a little bit of a storm, and somebody else might be in the middle of a hurricane, but we are all still in the collective same boat. But the entertainment online on IG in particular, has been super fun. And shout out to Said the Entertainer. That was and Def Comedy Jam. That was so much fun. That was so much fun.
So I came in late. I don't know what I was doing. I missed the group chat. And then I saw y'all talking, and I looked at my phone. I had like 35 missed messages. And then I get in there, and I was like, "Oh wow, that was really good,
crazy! It was so good, so good." And shout out to the people who are complaining about the cursing. Like, okay, clearly you weren't around for the original Def Comedy Jam, because clearly
you don't go to comedy clubs. Period. Because that's all they do is cuss.
And look and say the N-word.
Look, that's why people don't want Chris Tucker no more, because he said he don't cuss no more. So they like,
oh really? Is that what happened? Okay. Yeah. Unfortunate. All right. Nikki, what you got? What you crushing on?
Well, within the same vein, but because IG and YouTube and all this social stuff, I learned how to mold my hair. Y'all know I get my hair done.
Yes, like clockwork. We know, and it is laid all the time.
Short hair don't care, but I had to learn. So I even learned how to put some waves in there. Y'all see these waves?
Woo! Yeah. Go girl, you fancy.
Go,
Nick. You fancy. It looks good, Nick.
So I'm learning how to put.
You talk to your hairdresser, like, what has she said? You going through withdrawals?
I know it. I need to see
you and Jelani, because Jelani going through withdrawals over there too.
Yeah, because I was like, I can't make it.
Yes, you can. See,
listen,
but y'all both all of us, I think, look great.
You guys really
regardless
do.
of the circumstances. Yes. We don't pull it together for this.
I had to have a virtual consultation.
I tried a virtual date, so my hair, my pictures look good on my.
All right, virtual dates.
Well, they understand. He probably ain't had no haircut, so he understands.
Yeah, look, and if he bald, his hairline is.
Yeah, they need
because if they bald, they can cut it themselves.
No, boo-boo. You have not seen all the men complaining about that. Most men do not know how to cut their own hair. Oh, no.
Really?
Charlemagne, most men do not know how to cut their hair.
Talking about him, and I thought he was bald-headed.
But you know what? I don't know if you saw this, Nikki, on set. They were talking about, a lot of men, which I never thought about, learn how to cut hair when they're in undergrad.
Yeah, they
because
do.
You're not near your barber. And so
right.
You got to learn how to do something. That's what Ty's dad is also a barber as a second trade. But yeah, he know how to cut his hair, but he been letting his hair grow out, and I love it. Because he didn't let the beard grow out.
Jamal's letting his beard grow out.
Silver haired foxes out here, they looking good.
They was hating on Diddy talking about because he
look good. He looks good. Nice and distinguished.
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen Diddy.
I've seen and Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
It's all of them. I saw Deion Sanders the other day. I was like, whoa.
Deion Sanders.
So his fake hair turned gray too?
All these men over 40. His whole beard is white.
Yeah, that's right.
Did his fake hair turn gray?
Yeah.
Who?
Deion.
You remember he got the
implants.
He was so
happy. He does. I just saw his beard and it was all white.
Yeah, you saw it and the sides and stuff. Where his real hair still grow, it was gray on the sides too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jamal's letting the beard
all these people
get
with money.
bushy.
Yeah, I love it.
But he keep that head shaved.
Yeah.
But
what you crushing on, Marcia?
Me.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Wow. So Jelani and I, we were talking about the virtual classes, we've been taking virtual makeup tutorials. And we're makeup girls anyway. At least I know I am. I love my makeup.
Definitely y'all are.
But we said we were gonna learn new skills. So I learned a little contour. Something extra going on. I always had the lashes popping.
Yeah.
But I'm learning some new techniques. Shout out to the Glamatory and Mimi and all of them over there. Because it's been really good. It's actually, there's things that of course we knew, but it's fun to actually be in the little classrooms and interact and ask questions and all that kind of stuff, getting little inside tips. So it's been cool. It's been fun. It's something different to do.
Lashes, day 3, and I haven't put my eye out yet.
Jelani learned how to put on strip lashes.
Yay!
It takes me 20 minutes in the morning.
Do y'all, I have never had a set of lashes last through me sleeping. Do y'all sleep pretty? to keep them on?
Take mine off.
Okay. So you just said day 3. You've left them on for 3 days?
No.
Or you put them on every day?
No, this is my 3rd time putting them on. I don't put them on every day.
I was like, are you sleeping in these? Because, child.
No,
I went to sleep in some one time and they was up here.
By the end of the show, they might be sitting on the side of this desk.
Right. But yeah, it's definitely been fun. I had to call Marcia on FaceTime, like, Jesus, I'm about to sweat myself to death trying to put on these lashes. My fingernails long.
And then she got the smallest one she could find.
Because I don't want to look like Snuffleupagus.
So what you trying to say?
I'm saying...
What?
Some people, not you, look like Snuffleupagus, and I feel like I see their eyelashes before I see their face.
They look like a tarantula on their eyelid.
Yeah, I don't want to be that girl.
Jordan, Jessie, yeah. My baby, she wears them long old lashes.
Like that.
She do wear them. You know she wear them long lashes.
She be cute.
Well,
but they too long.
So it has been fun. So thank you, Shia, for letting me know about that. That's been fun.
Oh. So yes. I think we're gonna forego a listener letter this week or a love letter this week and just jump and dive right into, what are we calling this? Corona, COVID-19, all the above.
It's real out here in these streets. It's real. Yeah, it's real. So I think, because we did an episode the last time we were together. Yeah. And this thing was just kind of starting to kick off, and we were telling our listeners we don't know what's going to happen from here. We were kind of joking about it a little bit. Look, Kamiko might have had a little bit more insight than us.
Yeah, because she didn't want to record together.
Right.
I really did not want to come over there for real. I was like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm going to come, but this is it for me.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere after this. And this is, I went out yesterday to get some food, but that was the first time that I had been out since I was at your house.
That's not true. That's the first time you have been out since.
Yesterday was the first day I have been out since we last recorded. Yes, we have not been anywhere. We have been in this house, and I mean that.
Okay.
You went to Target, and that was it.
Well, that's where we are now in the world. Well, now we're because I did the same thing. Well, I actually did go to the store. I have gone to the store to Home Depot. When am I really in there? With Jamal or whatever. But I have been trying to stay put. But now we're under governor order to stay in the state of Georgia until April 13th is what he says. But of course, it's going to go longer than that.
Yeah, it's going to go definitely longer than that. I mean, we're over 7,000 cases in Georgia, reported cases in Georgia. We're close to 400 deaths in Georgia. This is as of Monday, April 6th. And we're over 300,000 cases in the nation, 8,000 deaths. So, this is, and they keep saying this week and next week are going to be the worst weeks on record, and that we really need to hunker down. And so I guess my question to you guys is, how have you felt about the federal response or the state response or the local response? Because it's been different on all 3 levels, and it's been really interesting to be alive during this time to really live through this.
Yeah.
State response, horrible. Federal response, horrible. I'm just glad for our municipalities, our local mayors and commissioners going ahead and doing it themselves. But
it seems like they're the only ones that had sense or something. Like, what is going on? I don't understand. For so long it was like, oh, it's nothing, which I guess, just playing devil's advocate, maybe they were trying to keep the panic down is what
trying to keep the economy going.
Oh, that's what it was.
I think so.
That's
too.
What it was.
I think it's funny, like Plies is on Instagram and he's like, how we got all this stuff going on and we can't go nowhere and all the golf courses are open. Like, so
not anymore.
Not yet. They are. Well, it depends on where. It depends
where you are.
On your municipality. It's just like some of the beaches have been shut down and some of them are still open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I saw a picture the other day of this one beach where a bunch of people and you could see where the county line or the city line end because the other beach was completely bare because they, it just depends. And that's why federal guidance and state guidance is so important, because you might have one mayor who is ignorant, frankly, and another one who, has a better team and is shut down earlier and saved more lives.
Yeah. My hometown, the sheriff deputized everything, and you can't be out past 6 o'clock, and they are enforcing those misdemeanor fines and everything. Like,
you can't be out past what time?
I think it's 6 o'clock. I think that's what my mom told me today.
Wow.
Yeah, that's been kind of a interesting thing too that I've seen, because I know a couple of sheriffs in Georgia have tried to pull over cars that are not within their county and make them leave, which is illegal.
Yeah.
You cannot do that.
Yeah, states, but I hadn't heard county. Now, I've heard the states, people that are trying to go from one state to another, but...
Yeah, but you can't tell who's going from one state to another. If somebody just lived here and hadn't changed the tag, you don't know.
Or somebody who works in a different county, like...
That's true.
Right. I mean, you just, so they you can't do that. Because just to your point, Jelani, you don't know where somebody works, lives, whatever.
Especially
I've seen
Atlanta.
People riding around with their essential letters taped to their car windows, just so that they don't get stopped or what have you.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't had to go in, thankfully, but before this, we had guidance of make sure if you do have to leave, you have to have your ID.
Yeah, my daughter being in the military, she's actually considered essential for her position, and she has that letter, and she says that they have to keep it with them at all times and all that kind of stuff. But it's crazy. But how is it affecting you guys in your household? I know Kamiko.
It's a gift and a curse, honestly. For those of y'all who know, I always shout out to my village, my in-laws, my parents. They have the kids all the time. They have not had the kids in over a month. And they have been with us 24/7, period. And it's been a lot. I mean, it's great. We doing all this family stuff. We're cooking. They have a play set outside. We've been out there. I mean, we've just been doing all kinds of fun stuff. However, we still have to work. And so that's been a challenge for sure, because trying to work, and the older one is fine. She can pretty much stay on task. She has work to do too. It's that little one. She just want to play all day. And so I got to get a lesson plan for her every night. It's a mess. So, we just, it's beautiful, wonderful chaos in our house. And we're definitely eating healthier and getting out and walking. And
are you eating healthier? I'm not.
I am.
We're cooking everything. We're grilling. We cooking. We air frying. I finally opened my air fryer. It's been sitting in a box for I don't know how long. Girl. And so we've definitely been, eating healthier and getting more exercise.
I mean, we've been eating at home, but I wouldn't say healthier. I just been snacking. I don't know why.
I'm trying to basically cook more because the kids, I don't want them to be, just snacking all day. So if they get a good breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then good snacks in there, we're not snacking as much because we're all trying to get the vegetables and the fruits, and smoothies have been a big hit too.
Oh, well, that's good. Maybe I'll try that.
Good luck.
How has it been for you, Nikki and Jelani? Because you guys live alone, so...
I'm fine.
Look, Nikki like me. Look, I'll be trying to find some alone time too. I get it.
That's me at all. Go ahead and say it, Nikki. Say it. Go ahead.
I'm an introvert. So it hasn't really bothered me as much as far as just being inside. Sometimes I'll still go outside and get some vitamin D. But but the pollen was killing me. I was like, ooh.
Oh my gosh, it was so bad.
So bad. Well, you guys know in our household, the big thing is my baby's a senior. So class of 2020, they definitely are taking a hit on this thing, you know, with school now being canceled for the rest of the year.
Right.
It was bad. That first day, I was like, my poor baby. She was just crying and stuff. It was so sad. It was so sad because no prom, no senior prom, you know, not walking across. They don't know what they're going to do as far as graduation. They're trying to think of some things outside of the box to do, but, you know, what can they do?
It's never going to be the same. But I saw with one school, they're going to have a virtual graduation. You won't get to walk across the stage, but they are going to call everybody's name and, you know, do basically the entire program, but obviously it will be virtual. And I think they're even going to try to have everybody in there. I don't know how that's going to work, because how do you have families and everything in there? They're going to mute everybody and try to line up the students to either show their graduation picture or show them live or something. I don't know how it's going to work, but you know, I saw somebody saying that they were going to have their own backyard graduation and Zoom it to their family and friends.
That's a good idea.
Everybody's having to learn how to be creative. My daughter's birthday was yesterday, and I know she was bummed because it wasn't a party that, you know, we had all planned, but she had a great time. It was like so many people in that Zoom to wish her happy birthday, her teachers and her former teachers, and just all kinds of people came in to say happy birthday. A couple of people drove by. That was fun. But the heartbreaking thing was the other day, I was talking to my little one, and she was like, I want somebody little to play with. And I was like, I'm sorry, boo-boo. It's just us. So, you know, just trying to find other creative things to do has been a challenge. And now we're on spring break. And I'm like, what are we going to do?
And I remember you were trying to make plans for spring break.
And something kept telling me, don't book anything. Don't book anything.
Y'all know I'm supposed to be on a cruise right now.
Right. It's been a lot. I mean, you know, a lot of changes, but trying to be creative, trying to be upbeat, and, you know, like you said, get that vitamin D, making sure, you know, checking on your friends, checking on your family, making sure nobody's sliding into depression or.
I will say that I have been on FaceTime a lot more. I mean, Jelani, we never FaceTime each other. We just FaceTime and calling each other out of the blue. Me and my sister talk every day, and I love her, but we never talk every day. So I don't know why now we're FaceTiming every day, FaceTiming my dad, you know, just like you said, just checking up on people.
And that's the one thing that has bothered my introvert ways is that although, you know, we are physically distant, people have more access. They're texting me all the time, video chatting me all the time.
They know you at home. I know you at home.
Yes. So I feel myself feeling very, very taxed. And I'm like, ooh, because one day I had to put my phone down. I think Jelani texted me and said, are you okay? I was like, my introvert is kicking in. I can't deal with nothing, nobody.
That is so funny.
Because it's still draining, even though you're not in each other's presence, we're still socializing a lot. So,
right.
I thought that was
what about dating, Jelani? How's that going?
First of all,
you the one always talking about finding a boo.
Always talking about finding your husband.
So what has this done?
Okay.
Has this hindered? I mean, I've seen some things where people have been virtual dating now.
Are you taking advantage of this?
I think that Coronageddon 2020 has definitely shown us where some people could be very creative with dating. So I've seen people do virtual photo shoots and picnics in their backyards, and I've seen couples slow dancing to these IG concerts. And I'm like, well, I ain't got nobody, so this doesn't help me. It's cute if I had somebody, right?
You have been dating.
But you can date.
You can date. You can meet people.
Wait. I'm saying those ideas are cute if you have somebody. So if you don't have somebody, meaning you're not in a committed, exclusive relationship, it's a little different because you're doing a lot of video chatting. I've done a lot of movie watching together. But at the same time, like, I value sitting next to somebody and like being with someone. So you can't really do that. And it's like, well, it's definitely heightened my singleness.
But
I'm the opposite.
This is like a social experiment. Like,
well, the experiment is going too long.
Like Love is Blind.
But you love Love is Blind, and you claim you can do that.
That was 10 days. It's been more than 10 days.
You can't.
It's been more than 10 days.
I feel like I'm on Love is Blind right now, and but you can see each other. Like, I feel like we're in pods though, but we can see each other, can't touch. So we just virtual. So, I've been, dating this guy for a little over a month. Yeah, I'll call him, Jelani call him Cousin Bay. And
Cousin Bay.
He really has been.
He is not her cousin though.
No, he's not her cousin. Just so our viewers,
get that straight.
So our viewers and our listeners know, if you're my friend and you're telling me about somebody that you're dating, I don't want to know their real name. I just want to know some characteristics so that we can give them a nickname. And I don't want to know their real name until they become really real in your life, i.e., you're exclusively dating them.
Right.
So we call him Cousin Bay. We call him Cousin Bay, and Cousin Bay is not related to Nikki in any shape, form, or fashion.
But yeah, he's really been stepping it up, and he's supposed to be sending me a surprise.
Oh, see?
And we'll see what the surprise is that he's going to send. But we talk a lot, so
that's good.
But I would love for somebody. So if you're out there listening, whoever you are, I would love for what?
We're listening. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm looking for someone to be really creative. And I feel like I could be creative, but I want to see somebody be creative. Like the thing I sent y'all the other day where the guy got on that big blow up thing.
Yeah, that was cute.
Across the street to meet the girl. That was so cute with the flowers.
Do you know your neighbor? Maybe
neighbor. Nope.
Neighbor Bay.
No.
And Chef Bay. He was your neighbor.
No.
No.
He ain't too far though.
Right.
Neighborhood.
Yeah, but okay, so I don't know, Jelani.
Jelani be hard.
But you know what's funny?
These IG moments, and that's not always gonna be real life. Like,
but I need a little bit of it. And I feel like now, if there was somebody that I was talking to before, and I don't hear from you, if I ain't heard from you yet, you've probably been deleted out of my phone. Because at this point, there's no reason why I shouldn't hear from you. There's no reason why I shouldn't hear from somebody consistently. We all at the house, or should be at the house, at minimum by 9 o'clock every night. So if I don't hear from you, someone else is taking your time. Like one girl found out.
I agree with that.
One girl found out 5 days in, her whole boyfriend was married.
Well, I bet there's a lot of that going on.
Exactly.
That's true.
Because now you got to be somewhere else. Before you could lie and say you had to go travel for work, or I got to go stay here and do this for work. No, you got home with your wife. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
I do feel like you start getting into these deeper, intense conversations quicker because you're talking so much.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's how Love is Blind is. That's why I see like, oh, that's how this happens. Because you start really delving into like the real stuff and find out a lot about a person.
Well, Boo, if you're out there listening, please send a raven, a pigeon, anything, a gift. Send it to Nikki's house. Look, send it to Nikki's house so you don't know my address. Just send it to Nikki's house. I'll get contact-free delivery. Thank you.
What have y'all been doing?
Contact-free delivery.
What have you been doing to stay busy then? Have you been busy? Have you been bored?
I've been working.
I feel like I've been busy.
I've been so dang busy. Oh my gosh.
I've been busy. Like, I think, so there's work, right? So you have the work day.
Mm-hmm.
But even in the work day, I'm like, oh, let me throw in a load of laundry, or, oh, let me get this done, or, oh, let me go ahead and cook myself some lunch, and what am I going to eat for dinner? Like, I've been eating earlier.
Me too.
Like, I'm not eating as late because I'm home. Like, I'm not, home and then I want to chill for a second. I've been eating, no lie, I eat dinner every night before 6:30.
Me too.
Yeah. That's actually healthy. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I've been giving myself like things to do every week. So like I kind of sit down on Sunday and say, what are some things I want to accomplish this week? Like I wanted to clean up my garage. I wanted to organize my pantry. And I've been wanting to use this app for grocery shopping because sometimes I get to the grocery store. I'm like, oh, I can't remember if I have this or not. So I like organize my pantry and put everything on this app. So when I go to the grocery store, it'll tell me like what I already have versus what I need for my list.
Oh, wow.
And then like creating a home office space for myself. Being here for, every day has taught me that I need more counter space in my kitchen. But I'm like, do I want to move?
Oh my God.
I definitely need more space. I know that. Ooh, Lord.
It's just you. How much more space do you need?
But it's different when you got your air fryer over here, you're cooking over here, you're preparing this.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, once you get that more space, you're gonna have to
you got to
clean. Hello.
Out of my kitchen.
Look at my face. Don't do that.
My kitchen's not set up for a cart.
Girl.
Mine ain't either. I don't have one. I keep trying to get one. I was like, no. We don't need nothing else. I was like, you the one that brought this griddler out. We got this air fryer out here. We got all these other little
I can only imagine
we've been using
y'all...
every gadget in this house.
But shout out to my air fryer. I have been using my air fryer a lot. I made my cinnamon rolls in the air fryer.
Woo! Yes, I made a cake in there. I made some cinnamon rolls.
You made a cake?
I made biscuits in there.
How'd you make a cake in the air fryer?
Girl, you can make little, like, you got to use, like, little ramekins. Or, but, like, I had, like, 4 little ramekins, and we made, this thing, like, they have the, like, cake in a mug kind of thing. Basically, same kind of thing or whatever. Little projects for the kids to do.
Like
whatever.
Oven.
Yeah.
Basically, because I took the other one back. I took the Easy Bake Oven back. I was like, it don't work.
Like Jelani was saying, I cleaned out my closet with all my shoes. They're all organized. I was so proud of myself. I cleaned out my whole jewelry box, like all of it. Oh my God, it took about 2 days. But I cleaned out under my bathroom cabinet. I don't know about y'all, but my bathroom, I know Nikki, she's a neat freak. But my bathroom cabinet was horrible.
Well, and I was mad because I was going to that's on my list. So my bathroom cabinets have been moving from week to week because every time I go on the Container Store, they're telling me you can't get this product to the end of May. The end of May?
How many times you been in there since you
exactly. Oh no, Jelani been out.
No. I'm saying I'm trying to order and get it delivered to my house. I can't get it to the end of May. Delivery.
Oh yeah, delivery.
And I don't be out like that. I have to break free.
Well, everybody made the same face.
No, I get out. Like I go to the grocery store, and then like I'll drive my car just because like I realize, it's Friday and I haven't driven since Sunday, and y'all know I need a new car. Well, let me not put it like that. Y'all know I want a new car. I'm just trying to make sure the car I have doesn't die. So I'm like, let me drive my car a little bit, but these cheap gas prices, we can't go nowhere.
Right.
So I do break free in that sense, and I just do it just to get out and enjoy the sunlight because I have horrible allergies. So, I do break free a little bit, but I'm not at the Container Store.
Wrench that pollen off my car, like my grandma said.
Wrench.
Yeah.
I have not accomplished anything that I want. Oh, well, let me say this. So under my cabinet is terrible, and Todd hates sharing the bathroom with me because he's more of a neat freak than I am. So I have all my makeup stuff and all my creams and all kind of stuff up there. So I did organize the top. That got organized.
You took the top and put it in the bottom?
Well, no, I had bought these like the acrylic things, like organizers. So I have them, and so I organized a bunch of stuff up top.
Where'd you get it from? I need some more.
Girl, where I get it? Where?
Amazon.
And so I got they have like drawers and stuff. So I have all kinds of things in there. And then, so I did organize that. Todd has gotten into the garage. He put a new garage door opener on the other garage door.
Okay. Todd is a handyman.
He is like, God, get you. Yeah,
I be saying I want somebody intelligent and can fix stuff and
praise God. Praise God.
Yeah.
Look, for real. Like, I mean, it's a blessing.
And be creative in times of a pandemic.
Oh. There's that. We had a date night Friday night. That was fun. So, because I was like, child, we really ain't spend no time together. It's been us and these kids. So when they went to bed, we had a little date night, little date.
But creative for Jeannie.
What?
I said easy. She's saying about creative me, and I said creative for Jeannie.
What'd he do?
Well, I saw that they proposed, but he did some kind of creative proposal.
Yeah.
What did he do?
he decorated his house because they quarantined together. He decorated the house, and they were going to go to Vietnam because he was going to propose because she Vietnamese. So he got all this Vietnamese like decorations and food delivered and proposed. His house is nice, so it was decorated anyway. Like the decor is already
right.
And I think he had like a balcony or something that ring is huge, so.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Congratulations
to them.
Still single.
Oh, you see how?
Don't block your
don't
blessings
do that.
now.
You got to be happy for others.
I'm trying to get my hashtags right.
Nikki, I don't want to hear it because we had a conversation yesterday.
So are you guys binging? I know,
yes.
Lord Jesus, we know Nikki and Kamiko watch a lot of TV.
I don't watch nearly as much TV as you do. You watch everything on network TV.
Me?
Yes.
No. I do. I have shows, Grey's Anatomy, stuff like that. But I record barely watch them. You watch everything. You know, watch every Netflix, everything known to man.
Excuse me. And then there's me. And then there's me.
And you watch a bunch of TV too.
I watch TV all the time.
Pause for the cause. Okay. Hand raised. Woo! And then there's me, the person in the middle, who y'all drug into this TV watching mess. Okay?
Now she's addicted.
It's true.
I've been watching TV.
Nikki will come and be like, have you watched A Million Little Things? I'm like, shit. Okay. And then I'm like, I'm going to watch it right now.
Kamiko, I cannot believe you think I watch more TV than you. You watch more TV.
Definitely do. I watch documentaries here and there.
It goes Nikki,
everything.
Nikki, Kamiko, me, Jelani. Me and Jelani might be neck and neck.
I watch documentaries because those are one-offs.
Yeah.
I do watch Game of Thrones ain't even on anymore. I watch Blackish here and there, but those are literally like the only.
You don't watch a lot of
TV. I don't watch a lot of series. Now I will watch a documentary. I try to catch things here and there. Like I watch what is coming back on next week? Insecure.
Oh,
so a lot of stuff that I watch, it's like, I will watch that every week.
Seasonal.
Yeah.
But then it goes away.
So much. Because some stuff comes on in the summer.
I feel like when her and Nikki get on a roll in the group chat about a TV show, I'm like, what are they talking about now?
And it's usually a documentary. Or I will say this too, like if like Game of Thrones was definitely in the rotation, but it seems like a lot of stuff that I was watching, I feel like it's gone away.
It has. A lot of stuff is gone away.
So it's like I'm not watching anything. And Marcia, you know the one thing I do watch every day is The View.
The View.
Oh yeah. I do watch it.
But I haven't seen
But that doesn't count. That don't count. Because that's just news.
That's still TV.
I would watch it every day. Even if I was at work, I would have it on my phone, watching it live on Hulu. I ain't had time to even watch The View. Like I haven't seen it.
Some days
I watch clips of The View. I can't watch it all the time sometimes because
I love The View.
It's weird because The View is doing this.
Yeah, they are doing this.
Because they're at home and they're doing the same thing we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's kind of weird watching them like that too. And I miss Joy.
But Joy in quarantine.
I still
don't be right.
I still have a number of days where I don't turn on the television.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Like the last 2 Fridays, I haven't had the TV on at all.
See, I can do that. No TV at all. But Jamal and Jordan, they can't stand the silence. They have to have it on. Yeah,
like I have music on, a podcast on, or something like that.
But I do.
Now, I have been listening to a lot of stuff.
But sometimes,
especially with my headphones, because the kids are here, and so they keep commandeering all the TVs to watch Dr. Panda and all this other Barbie doll, whoever.
Oh my gosh, no.
So I keep my headphones.
My hat goes off to all you parents out there that are homeschooling your kids
and watching them.
You know, mine is 18, and I'd be like, okay, get up and do your work.
Look, for real. Because even with my oldest one or whatever, like I have to either do it the night before or get up early in the morning. So I get up with my 5 a.m. call. Then I go look at her computer to look in the classroom to see what all she has to do for the day. I write it all up on the whiteboard so she can be able to cross it off for herself. When she gets up, we listen to her morning assembly together. And then we talk about what she needs to accomplish before lunch, get into that, then do some more work. Then the little one get up and she want to do whatever. So I got some worksheets printed out for her that she needs to do.
Girl, I would become an alcoholic.
Girl, I'm drinking every day. Every day.
Oh my God.
Every day. I made a big old picture for us to drink Friday night because last week was tough because at least they on spring break this week. But
oh my God.
Bless your
every
heart.
day.
We gonna pray for you, Jesus.
I've been drinking every night.
I know. I was gonna say you posted. I'll be laughing, but I don't
every night.
But the thing is, I'm not watching as much TV because all my shows are basically off. Like everybody's watching everything on Netflix now but I've been seeing it. So I'm like, we're talking about All American and all these shows. I'm like,
I'm trying to watch All American. I'm like on episode 5.
Speaking of, because you are the culprit be trying to make us watch all this mess, and you got us watching that stupid Lion King.
Tiger King.
I still haven't finished it. I got 2 more episodes to go.
Have you seen it, Julie?
We already watched it. We already finished it.
Watched it.
I don't have nothing else to do.
Because you know, Nikki called me and said, "Did you finish Tiger King?" And I was like, "Shit!" So I had to hang up and go finish Tiger King.
Girl,
I need to finish it. I'm gonna try to finish it tonight.
I said
little fires everywhere.
I saw that.
I said I was not gonna watch the show, and then here comes Jamal, because everybody's talking about it, so he gotta be one of the cool kids.
Yeah, right.
And gotta watch it.
Tyler came in there and started watching it with me too, because everybody talking about it. It's like, okay, fine.
And then here I am, like, wait a minute, is he gay? Wait.
Look, and I done fell asleep on it. Tom was like, okay, so this what you missed. I said, oh, you watching that? Oh, okay. So it's been hilarious, but I need to. Yeah, it got better though, because the first I tried to watch it, and I fell asleep every time I tried to watch it. And I just was like, well, let's just keep playing.
I think I missed 1 and 2. And from what I hear, you didn't have to watch it.
You ain't missed nothing. I slept through most of them.
There had to be something to it, so I was like, I'm gonna keep watching it. And then when it got to like 4 episodes,
right.
I was like, oh, okay, I see why people are into this.
Crazy. Right. That's all I can say.
And little fires everywhere. I've been watching that.
No, I have been watching that.
I've gotten to episode 2.5.
It's good.
This last episode was really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got slow spots, but it got real good.
Yeah, it did. I bought the book. I ordered the book.
Yeah, they said the book is good. And it's
Delaney.
I have a critical question.
She got her hand raised.
Critical
throwing up the hooks.
I know.
Yeah. Let me be clear.
Don't do that. Now you looking like Hot Hitler.
No, I'm raising my hand, but like right here. My critical question is, how long are we going to have the shelter in place? Because I need my hair and my nails done. If all of the Americans could please abide, or at least in the state of Georgia.
Tell y'all people, tell y'all cousins, I did my own nails.
Can y'all see this? Look at my nails. Send help.
Get closer.
Send help.
Ooh,
it's bad.
Yeah.
I told you, I did my own little SNS nails. It's not perfect, but they better than what, because
they better than this.
My nails done in a month and a half. Before Puerto Rico.
Shia, what did you order? You ordered SNS or you ordered press-ons?
I ordered dip powder, SNS.
Okay, I was trying to figure out what you said when you ordered. I ordered some too.
Yeah, but it's not that, because SNS is a brand.
Yeah.
I just ordered.
Yeah. I did not realize SNS was a brand. Okay. I just thought that's what it was called. SNS powder.
Did you get the SNS?
Oh, see, I thought
it's somebody else. And I ordered 2. I ordered a white, and I did not like that one at all. And so that's how I ordered white, and because I was gonna do white and glitter, which is normally what I kind of get, whatever. But I did not like the white, so that's how all my fingers ended up being glitter, and that's what it's gonna be till we get up out of here.
The struggle is real. Praise Jesus! I was supposed to go on a cruise and then answer the cabins, so I had got my hair braided. Thank you, my God. But because this is my Corona braids,
Lord.
Yeah.
But
let me tell y'all.
That,
I'm trying to see how
my toes, bro. My toenails.
Oh no, my toes. On the other hand, I jacked it.
So my waxing.
Oh yeah.
Anna.
Natural.
So
it's back to the 70s down there.
Oh God.
Women
empowerment. Moving on.
Thank you. Moving on.
Put your hand down. hand now.
Right. You're in timeout.
So, how can we mute Marcia? How can we mute Marcia?
Get some nair.
Dang, she's the host. We can't.
Right. Next time, don't let Marcia host the meeting.
No.
Right.
It's the Irish coffee. Wait.
Oh, no.
Don't blame it on the coffee. Don't blame it on the alcohol.
No.
Blame it on the...
Hey.
Okay. So, listen, y'all. Okay, y'all know I haven't done my own hair since 2012. Shout out to Belle's Dominican Beauty Studio.
Oh, Lord.
So y'all know, okay, so let's talk about it for a second. So y'all know I've been on this quest to see what my natural curls look like, right? Because I was straightening my hair all the time. So since November of 2018 to November of to now, I've had my hair on a sew-in. So a couple months ago, when Nina took my hair out, and we looked at my curls, like I had curls all over. But you know, I have a love-hate relationship with curls. But now that we have Coronageddon 2020, I got to take the sew-in out. A, because I don't know how to wash my own hair. B, I ain't got no products in my house. C, I have no hair dryer. Like, it's bad. So I got to cut these tracks out.
Yeah,
and then I got to see what these curls looking like under here. So for all of our new viewers, please do not.
All the time, just get your products.
I had to have a virtual consultation with Nina to figure out what I needed.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but
remember, you know how you use one set of products?
Have you ever worn your curls before?
That's the problem, right? So I've never worn my curls because usually when you start wearing your hair curly, you kind of got to go through products to see what's best for your hair.
Right.
She was
like hundreds of dollars worth of products.
She was like, here are two basic things I think you should start off with for your hair texture. Let's start here.
Okay.
But I've also ordered me a wig just in case.
You ain't gonna like a wig.
And just in case it goes south.
It's gonna be fine.
We don't know what it's gonna look like.
It's your hair growing out your head.
But I said what I'm gonna do is fix my hair and I'm gonna call Nikki first. Cause I'll be like, Nikki, does this look good? Nikki be like, no, it does not. She gonna tell me the truth. Nikki will tell me the truth. Nikki will tell me the honest truth.
Yeah, that's cute. You look like Bucky.
Right. I can hear she being like, yeah, just you need to fluff it out to the side.
No.
Nikki would be like, Nikki would say, no, that doesn't look good and you need to brush them edges. That's what Nikki would say.
I wouldn't say that. I would just be like,
exactly.
Okay.
That's how you would do.
Exactly.
That's you, Marcia.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, though.
I
wouldn't have you out here looking crazy.
I wouldn't have. She ain't going nowhere.
She's gonna do something about them.
She gonna be video chatting with
exactly. I have to have a hello. I'm trying to get somebody son. And I can't be looking crazy on the virtual day.
You're trying to get somebody.
She really ain't. She just be talking.
She ain't right. Talking. You want a moment on IG. I remember I was dating this guy one time, and he told me, he was like, "You don't even need to get married. You just put a mirror up because you just want to get married." And I was like, "Excuse me, I ain't even that type of chick." But yeah. No, you just want the IG moments.
No.
Conversation is what you have. What if everything else, you need to be able to talk to these people?
For real.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't want to look busted and disgusted.
But I'm just saying, you talking about you need to be able to cuddle and see them and be up on the...
Do you have some hair
and he need to do some extra bounce through the hood to get to you or whatever.
First of all, the hood. Whoa.
Wherever
you better go play tennis. That's a social distancing.
Yep, it sure is. Bring me a racket. Bring a racket when you come, boo. I got a tennis court.
Except what, Kamiko?
You play tennis, yeah, except that ball might have corona on it.
That's why I said the ball. You mean to wear some gloves, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there were some gloves on.
Girl, that pollen gonna attack you, first of all.
I know, because I've been trying to walk for a little bit, and I thought I had the Rona, but I realized it was just a high pollen count.
Look, don't get a little tickle in your throat. You be like, oh, Lord, Jesus.
I really did.
That's always allergies.
Mm-hmm. And no, Marcia, I don't have no hair gel.
No, Kamiko, I saw something on the news today, and they were saying like 70% of people in Louisiana are Black women. The corona cases are Black women, and the deaths are Black women. Chicago.
Well, let's talk about this because, you know, a couple months ago, you had all of these crazy people. Some of them I know personally that were all, and I normally don't get into stuff on Facebook because I really hate Facebook. But people were posting like Black people can't get it. And, you know, Africa don't have no cases. And I had to like really check a couple people on Facebook, like, stop posting this. It's not true. Do your Googles. It's not true. Black people can get it. There are cases in Africa. Fast forward to now. We are now the fastest growing population of people contracting coronavirus. And Black men in particular are dying of it more than any other group, followed by Black women. And so we can talk about, you know, anybody can get it, right? But we already know the socioeconomic and health care implications of this. And the fact is that, you know, we are at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to both of those things. And so when you look at that against the fact that Corona is affecting us disproportionately, because we tend to live in closer contact with each other sometimes, it is attacking our community more than anybody else. And I've seen family members of mine, shout out to y'all, who having people over, having sleepovers, still out here in these streets. And the guidance of 10 or less people, I'm just gonna say it's not correct. If you need to be hanging out with the people that live at your house.
Exactly. My uncle just had a party. They talk about it was only 10 of us.
Well, because that's the guidance that people have been given, and it's incorrect. If you don't know what those other, it's one thing if you know what, you got a neighbor and you know you and your neighbor have been in the house this whole time, and y'all, even if y'all are social distancing. But
and this is my family in Columbus. So people from Atlanta went to Columbus and then got this boyfriend over here, and then this person that lived here, and then they talking about, well, we put the kids in the house, so it was only 10 adults. You don't know where any of those people have been. They are people that you know and love, and that's fine, but you don't know where they have been. That's what happened in Albany. All these people went to that funeral, and so many of them have died. They have gone, left this funeral.
Died. And somebody was in the jury from that funeral.
Yeah, it's and those people have gone to Louisiana, they have gone to Michigan, they have been some, I'm not gonna get into the logistics, but at the end of the day, it has spread, and so people have got, look, I know we all love church. I know we all love God. You don't love God, what's wrong with you? Mm-hmm. However, y'all gotta stop going to church. Y'all gotta stop going to church functions. I've had several deaths in my family in the past couple of weeks. And it's been heartbreaking not to be able to go to someone's funeral. Mm-hmm. But you cannot go. I have one of my cousins went to a funeral. She was like, we went there, we got out, but we did not go to the grave. It was a gravesite funeral, and it was only a few people there. But she was like, we didn't even go over there. They would tell us to come over. We were like, we're going back to the car. We're not blue kisses, and we got back in the car and left. But at the end of the day, you know, there's only one way we're going to flatten this curve, and that's if everybody stay in the house.
Stay your aunt in the house.
Stay in the house. You are putting the lives of first responders, nurses, nurse practitioners, everybody who works in the hospital, and even other sick people, you are putting their lives at risk because you can't stay at the house. Stay home.
And the Prime Minister of England.
Yeah. They put him on I think they put him on a ventilator today.
Yeah. Boris.
Yeah, I know they said he was in ICU.
He was like, he didn't believe the hype. He was like, I don't believe this hype. And now he on a ventilator.
Yeah.
Intensive care. I was like,
well, this is what the absence of leadership looks like.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we haven't had a pandemic for a very long time. And there's a reason we have the leader of the free world. Mm. That's why they call the president of the United States the leader of the free world. Mm. When we have an absence of leadership, this is what the world ends up looking like.
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah, so sad.
It's very sad. So stay at home.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I get it. For people who have to be out, and thank you to the healthcare workers. Thank you to the grocery people. Thank you for the people in charge of the grid, in charge of gas and water. Thank you to all the people who make the world go round for us. Mm-hmm. Because look, thank you for the people who keeping the internet running. Hallelujah.
It's my livelihood,
girl.
Seriously, exactly. I mean, the world would stop for real if the internet stopped. So thank you to those people who are out there.
I'm an introvert, but I'd be a mess then, for real.
I know.
Look, shout out to Zoom so we could get together and do this. Because I had never used Zoom until this happened.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even know.
So, I've never heard of it.
For Zoom, they said we're going to do a Zoom conference. I was like, Zoom, okay.
Right. Talk about discovering something new, right? So there's that.
Yeah.
But
Zoom has been real. Look, something was going on yesterday and my audio wasn't working. So I had to come dial in from my phone. It was a whole mess for that Zoom birthday party, but we got it together. It was fun.
How cute.
What else are we listening to? Any new podcasts we listening to, or just same old?
I haven't been listening to anything. That's y'all.
I like the people who have taken the IG concerts and turned those battles into playlists. So I've been listening to those.
Yes.
Jonte Austin and the Neo one. I have that on the playlist.
That was great.
Everybody was going crazy about him. They said, "Oh, he can."
How do I get the playlist? Is it on Apple Music?
So search it on Apple Music. Yep. The T-Pain and Lil Jon one is on there.
Can you send me a link or send me the name, Jelani? Okay, because I definitely want to do that. Well,
like the one I sent, my friend sat there and wrote down the song, so I know it's correct. So but like
I think Jonte Austin put it on his.
Yeah, some people put it up. Like somebody did one for D-Nice, which I can't imagine how they did that one.
Oh, now
they did one for his. I'm pretty sure that was his people or something, but they did one for him. So there's that.
I need that one. Jermaine Dupri was bumping too.
That was great. That was great. ATL.
But if we could get Lil Jon to go ahead and release that Lil Jon Usher.
Look,
Usher,
what is wrong with you?
We need that track because he played that preview.
Gosh, I didn't hear it.
They've been holding on to that for 2 years.
I know. We need that.
If you don't drop that now, you are crazy, Usher Raymond. Crazy.
We need that.
That song is fire. I was like,
have you taught yourself the "Don't Waste My Time" dance yet? You and Todd and
Howard? So I saw what you sent, and it was because I was trying to learn the one that was in the video.
I watched the video. There was one. I saw
towards the end. There's like a little line that they're doing.
Yeah,
it's really cute. But I did see the line dance that you sent, and I was playing around with it. It's exercise. It's nothing else.
Yeah.
Look, that's another new discovery is TikTok because I had never played a TikTok until Coronageddon. And now my daughter gets the light and comes down here with the tripod and she's TikToking all night.
That's hilarious. She is your child with that light. Hilarious. I have TikTok now. I'm not posting any of them because they are all awful. Me and my child have been, she has been, can we please? And so we've been outside doing TikTok.
I did a couple. Look, we might have to put my TikTok on our LoveChat page.
Lord.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't mind making fun of myself. I can't dance, but you know.
Well, it took me and a group of girls. It started out being 7 or 8 of us. They asked us to do the Don't Rush challenge. It ended up being 3 of us that got our videos in.
Oh, we need to do that. That's the little.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. We better do it if I take my weave out.
Oh,
but
I could do it with my earphones. Hey.
Oh, yeah. That's a way we could do it. But yeah.
That's cute.
But
or we could do it with a drink.
With the LoveChat cup.
Yes, that's it right there. Yeah.
But don't throw it.
I know, right? We have to throw a makeup brush.
That's funny.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It was stressful.
This has definitely been something for the ages.
I'm scared. Yeah.
You scared what?
To do the challenge. We got to figure out who's gonna win.
I mean, if you're trying to do it again when you live by yourself, but when you're trying to do it, it's just you got to get the timing right, and somebody's got to edit the videos. And I was in a group of AKAs. We were trying to get one done. I didn't even turn my video for that one. I was like, I'm tired.
Oh, our Neos, our last line. The last line. What we call them?
I don't know, initiates or something.
Yeah,
the last people that came into our chapter.
Yeah.
There was like 22 of them, and they did it. It was cute. They posted it. I'll send y'all the little link. It was long though. I was like,
we should have did the one. We should have done it because Ivy Storehouse gave out $1,000. That could have been a nice little chunk of change.
Right.
It could be your stimulus.
Look, cause okay, we ain't gonna talk about
Did you see who won? But anyway, that's a whole other story for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I finally got my box.
Oh yeah.
But okay, ladies, because we've been on here forever. How do you guys feel though? Is everybody good? I mean, I hadn't touched y'all in so long.
I know it.
I know. Reach out and touch.
But it sounds like mentally we're all coping and doing okay. Thank God I love my husband, because there's some people out there that don't like their spouses.
Well, let's talk about the domestic violence rates being
That's what I say, domestic violence.
It's the numbers are really bad.
People that
child abuse numbers are down. However, most people who report child abuse are teachers and other caregivers, so it's down because it's not being reported, not because it's not happening.
Yeah.
So yes,
the housing market is still going.
Well, that's good.
Still buying and selling.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Like I said, I'm home.
To me just sold.
Yeah, I'm sitting here going, I can.
Well, it's under contract. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we didn't get no new cases because people not driving and not going places to have accidents.
Did y'all see where Progressive just gave all of their customers back their insurance premiums because people aren't driving as much?
I ain't get nothing. I got Progressive.
Who is all? Maybe it's Allstate.
It's probably
I don't have them either.
I don't have them.
Looking for anybody.
You're in good hands with Allstate. Yeah.
Yeah, Allstate. Yeah, because
it's Allstate. They gave their people back their premiums.
Well, I hope Progressive take note.
Okay.
I have Geico, so I don't know. I ain't even seen nothing. I need to look see what they're trying to do. But yeah,
somebody need to do
we
something.
Are farmers. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah, farmers. That's a good one.
I'm just saying that if I am fortunate enough to stay in this work from home mode, I will definitely be purchasing an electric vehicle because I don't go anywhere. And the gas is so cheap. I filled up my car the other day for $20 because I thought, let me just put $20 in. Maybe it'll give me a little bit. And I was like, praise God. We'll take the gas and nowhere to go.
Wrong. They had gas for like 80-something cents.
Girl, stop.
Since I was a teenager.
You should have brought that back.
I know. Let's go around and fill up some gas cans.
Right.
So let me ask you guys this before we close. What do you think our new normal will look like? Like once we start to get out of this?
I think that we are going to overindulge in everything, right? Like, so the things that the businesses, I think people are going to have this fear of like still being together, but I think there are going to be some things that we overindulge in.
Like what?
Like
food?
Like
going out?
I think to some degree there will be.
Oh, you mean when we go back out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think once people get over the initial shock of is it okay to be in this space with this many people,
right?
Then we will be like, jokingly people say, please let football season still happen, but I think it's going to take something like that people already crave and they're already like love and they're passionate behind. I think there's going to be this overindulgence of things. We're going to be going out even more. But then on the flip side, there's part of me.
I think it's going to be.
I don't know either. I think people are going to be afraid because the problem is that we're more than likely going to have round 2 of this. And when that hits, nobody knows. And so I don't. And then here's the other big part of this for a lot of people. Schools are closed. So as long as schools are closed, it's very hard for parents to be out working, right? But then a lot of summer camps are not happening. Yeah. So again, where are your children going to go? So as long as the workforce who has children where their kids are at home, it's going to be very hard for parents to get back to work. Honestly.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the thing is like, what is going back to work going to look like? Because I know a number of large companies have said everybody can't come back up in here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shout out to the meme. I don't know who created it when people were like, how you always ask to work from home and they said that's not possible. And we found out in 2 days it was. That was a lie. And I think that, companies are going to look at this from an operational cost standpoint and say, hey, it doesn't cost us $500,000 a week or however much to operate this building to keep.
That's what they did with my agency. That's exactly how we went to that.
I think they're going to say, you know what, we can keep people at these salary rates. We can do these things that people stay from home, because for a lot of companies, you have these people who cannot do their normal job, but are still getting paid. And you have people who are doing their normal job or parts of their normal job still getting paid. So then you have a little bit of off balance there. So you've got to do some realignment of resources. But I think that when we do get to go back, that it will look a little different. I don't think people are all going to be in the same place. I think you're going to see more people say, you know what, this person can stay at home, or you only have to come in for these days, these times, or only for these big events, or I just don't think it's going to be necessary anymore. Why?
Yeah.
What boss is going to tell you at this point, we need you to come in?
But you know what? Here's the thing to the flip side of that, though, is that there are some companies that are not essential. Like my cousin shared with me, now it's a smaller business. It's under 1,000 employees, but still a business. And they are a sales focused business. And the CEO sent them an email like, I'm here, I'm practicing social distance. I understand some of you have children at home, but if you could be here, you should be here. Like, really? Really? And so you have that flip side of the coin where you still have these people who are like, it's like and his email was so, it was like, I'm using common sense to not pass germs. We don't have to congregate in the break room and just all these different things. Like, but I want you to be at work.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I'm like, shout out to the communications people who work for these companies. Because if you don't have one, that's how you get messages like that.
Yeah.
Because even you might have some of the best leaders, may or may not, but at least if you have a bad leader, at least that message has been crafted and reviewed so that it comes out with the correct talking points.
Yeah. But I truly think that things will look different, just like after 9/11. Once upon a time, you used to be able to walk people to their plane, all the way to the gate, going through security, all that stuff, all the way up to the gate to the plane left. And then after 9/11, that happened no more. Now we're taking off shoes, belts, clothes, just get naked before you can get onto the plane. And that changed forever.
Say pre-check though.
Right. And so that changed life forever for us as we know it. And I think that that's going to be the same with this. As far as people shaking hands and hugging when they greet you and all that kind of thing, I think this is going to mentally kind of change things.
I don't know how true it is, but somebody was telling me that they're a friend of a friend. So let's just preface it with that. Was telling me that their company was considering installing temperature readers for the employees to pass.
Yeah, they're doing that over in China and a lot of the government buildings and things of that nature. So I've definitely seen where companies here are starting to do it. It's not just
because I think right now we've relied on everybody to say, oh, I'm not feeling well. And I have common sense enough to stay at home so that I don't impact everyone else.
But common sense
is not common. Like as my mother always says, common sense doesn't tell everybody the same thing. And what we learned in this instance is that people's lack of judgment, a few people maybe in the beginning, has impacted a ton of people. Like,
but think about
did y'all see the guy whose wife was in labor and he had it? He was just exhibiting symptoms, but he definitely had it. And he lied and told the people at the hospital that because they ask you when you get to the hospital, are you feeling any of these things? And he said no. And so he went in there into labor and delivery and exposed everybody in labor and delivery, and he tested positive for it. And so you have that kind of selfishness, but then you also have people who don't have health care, who know they don't have any sick leave, who are going to work because they don't have the money to not go to work and they're sick. And we also haven't touched on the prison population and what's going on there.
Well, even if somebody so I know someone whose sister has it, and that's somebody who has a job, right? She doesn't have a car because she was living in a part of the city where you didn't need a car. She could walk to work, who basically had COVID or thought she had COVID, they said you need to come in, right? Well, if you don't have a car, but you can't take public transportation, you can't take taxi, who's going to come get you? She had to walk to the hospital, no masks, no nothing, walks, gets there. She was there for 13 plus hours before she got anything to eat. She said there were people sleeping and laying all over the floors. And then when they finally told her she could go home at 4 a.m., they did not even offer her a ride and told her, oh, if you wanted to wait for a ride, the rides wouldn't start until 10 a.m. and you really can't get on that shuttle unless you're a Medicaid person. So then she had to walk back home.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the other thing, health insurance.
And the other big part of this too is I've seen where a couple people that I know personally who have exhibited all the symptoms, right? And many of them have not been tested for it, because you're only getting tested for it if you end up checking to the hospital with like really bad breathing problems and other complications. But for people who just don't write it out, so we talk about the number of cases, but those are just reported cases. It's way more than that. And then we got to talk about the asymptomatic people, especially kids who are carrying it, and just, which is why I haven't let my kids go see their grandparents.
Well, what about the people who probably, because jokingly, right, I have a friend who before, like early February, so before this became a big deal here, he was like, I've been out, like I've been down for 2 weeks. I can't taste anything. I can't breathe. I said, you got the coronavirus. He was like, no, they just told me I have a respiratory infection.
Wow.
And he ended up infecting
people.
He ended up infecting his girlfriend. She ended up getting pneumonia. But it's just like at that point they weren't testing people, so he probably did have corona. Like they think the people who like if you had the flu in November, December,
who knows?
Yeah,
that's what we said about my sister too. Yeah. She had a horrible respiratory. They said it was a respiratory infection or something like that.
Right.
But yeah,
it's a lot of people that probably had it last year. This COVID-19, we don't know if it's mutating or not.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that. But it's just one of those things where it would be beneficial to test everyone, because you'll see who has antibodies, you'll see what's actually going on in the population and be more informed. More data is never a bad thing.
Right.
But I don't know that that's going to happen. So
yeah.
Probably not.
It's so much, and we probably could talk about it for the rest of the night.
All day long.
Exactly.
But we can't. So, ladies, any last words before we...
Summer 2020 is canceled. All summer bodies are canceled. I'm not buying no
clothes. To the pool.
I'm not buying no clothes. I'm only buying clothes for the fall. Because summer 2020 is canceled.
But then even with the pool, I don't even know if I want to be in somebody else's pool. I don't know.
We've been talking about that too, like in terms of if they open our community pool. Chlorine kills everything for the most part, right?
I guess, okay. But I don't know if I'm gonna get it.
It's usually like our pool is never, well, every now and then, but especially in the morning, it's never packed.
It's gonna be crowded this summer because ain't nobody got nothing to do, and these moms gonna be like, go outside. Like it's.
I mean, even going to a restaurant, I don't even know if I want to use a fork from a restaurant. Like I'm taking my own silverware. Like
yeah, but if you take the fork, you're still eating the food that's made by somebody who had.
I mean, yeah, but the food was cooked, and it was in some heat.
The plate.
But I ain't licking the plate.
You licking your
with the fork. You putting the fork all in your mouth.
Why do you have a spoon?
Because I'm drinking my coffee.
Okay. So yeah, snacks.
Anyway,
I don't know, but summer 2020 is canceled.
It's gonna be. It's not gonna be a hot girl summer. It's not gonna be a mild girl. It's gonna be lukewarm, maybe. Like
stay at home because coronavirus is real.
Yeah. Shout out to Cardi.
We're gonna have a fall. We're gonna come up with a name.
Celebrate my birthday in the fall.
But in the fall. I turned 40 in the fall.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to celebrate your birthday and a half.
Yeah, right. You'll be a whole half year older.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like Nikki. I'm going to be like, Nikki, if mine don't get to be celebrated, I'm like, well, I guess we're going to have to celebrate at the halfway mark, Lord.
Well, my birthday's coming up next month in May, so it's canceled too. So I was supposed to be in Vegas.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. First of all, where are Jay-Z and Beyonce? I feel like they're on some sort of private island with private staff.
Where are they? One of their compounds somewhere.
They're on an island.
Where are they?
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's better than the control.
But ladies, I do think that this is going to do it for this episode of the Love Chat Podcast. So I want to remind all of our listeners to please follow us on all social media platforms at the Love Chat Podcast. You can even find us on YouTube now. So come and watch us. Feel free to let us know what you think of this week's episode. Also, if it's something you would like for us to discuss, please send us a love letter at the lovechatpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, and review. Okay, my drink is about gone, but
mine
cheers,
is gone.
ladies.
It's been gone.
Oh, we can't toast.
Be safe, y'all.
Wash your hands.
Wash
Stay
your hands.
home.
Stay
Keep your hands out
home.
your face.
Send me a gift, boo.
Oh my God.